Hello, everyone, and welcome to what very well may be the first video I create on my channel. I have played this game according to Steam for about 27 minutes. I haven't heard too much about it. I know that the main character tends to die a lot. I haven't looked up any spoilers about it, but again, I haven't even gotten far enough to die once. So I am going to attempt to play this, not looking up anything, trying to get the good ending. I assume there's pretty much one good ending. And yeah, if that is not the case, perhaps I'll find out. Maybe when I get a good ending, I'll look up, see if there's more good endings that I could achieve. But I don't know if I'm really going to go to the trouble of trying to get every single one of them. So, long live the Queen. Seems like a decent enough game. Let's start everything up and see where we can go. Jocelyn, King Dowager, Duke of Caloris. Alright, lot to take in here. So, King Dowager. That means that my mother was the actual ruler. And this guy is just kind of the widower, essentially. Alright, so we're almost home. Your room is just the way you left it. Clearly, I'm not too pleased about this turn of events. I know it's hard to leave your school and all of your friends, but I've arranged the best possible tutors for every subject. You'll have to work hard this year to prepare yourself before your 15th birthday, assumedly when I'm ascending the throne. But I know you can do it. You'll learn quickly and you'll make a wonderful queen. It's what your mother would have wanted. Yeah, Mom would not have wanted to be dead, I don't think. She wouldn't have wanted to die and leave me. There we go. No, she wouldn't. Yeah, I called you out pretty quick. But sometimes bad things happen. We have to pick up and carry on. All of Nova depends on us, on you. Whoops, I right-clicked there. Sure, I'll save here. Name your save. Nope, would prefer not to name it. Okay, so Duke of Caloris may possibly be a completely separate thing from Nova. Who knows? On us, on you. I will be here to guide you until your coronation, but the decisions you make are ultimately up to you. Pretty hands-off regent. Come, your maids are waiting. Welcome. If this is your first time playing, you should read this brief introduction to how the game works. So I have played this before years ago. Tell me more. You will be controlling Elodie, the almost Queen of Nova, as she tries to prepare for her coronation. To do that, she needs to take classes every week in order to raise her skills. And I just know from previous experience, skills do tend to be important no matter how obscure they may seem. Okay, so the skills she learns will provide different choices in the ongoing plot. Learning the right skills can mean the difference between life and death. You also need to keep an eye on Elodie's mood. With her mother's tragic death, Elodie is not very happy right now. Good job, narrator. The mood button will take you to the emotion screen for more details. So, what do I click that? Alright, current mood depressed. Elodie is feeling both afraid and depressed, but her strongest emotion is depressed. If she becomes more cheerful to cancel out the depression, her strongest emotion would then be afraid. Interesting. Alright. Oh, I see. So it's a scale between the two. So it's not as interesting as I assumed. Elodie's current mood affects her ability to learn. This I remember. It will give her a bonus to some skills and a penalty to others. Let's take a look at the skills screen now. Skills are broken into 4 main categories: social, physical, intellectual, and mystical. Ooh. Inside these categories are skill sets, groups of 3 related skills. You start with 0 in all skills. What a boner. Every week, Elodie can study 2 skills. Normally, she earns 2 points in a skill for every weekday that she studies. Okay, let me read that again. Every week, she can study 2 skills, and she earns 2 points in a skill for every weekday that she studies. So if she studies history... Huh. Okay, so I'm sure I'll pick this up as I go along, but she can only study 2 skills, but she has 5 separate days. Interesting, and I wonder how many points you need to really level up something. Or actually, no. It looks like it might be on a scale of 0 to who knows how many, rather than leveling up. Because Elodie is depressed, she has a -2 penalty to the social skill set conversation. She doesn't feel like talking to people right now. Makes sense. If she studies conversation, she will earn -2 per points per day. 0 points. Alright, so let's not study that. However, she has a +1 bonus to the expression skill set. If she studies one of the expression skills, she will earn 2 + 1 points per day, which means 3 points per day, 15 points for the week. Cool. So, now, who knows? This may just be a massive trap. I know how JRPGs are, to make you want to try to pick up expression stuff, even though it's not going to be helpful. We'll find out. But I'm going to be trying to keep physical notes as I play on pen and paper. Again, I've become very dedicated to this idea of not looking anything up, trying to figure out things as they come, rather than looking stuff up. So we will see how long it takes me to survive. Right, so anyway, expression, yada yada yada. So, might be a trap, but we'll see. If you study a skill you have a penalty for, you could be wasting your time and not learning anything. If you study a skill you have bonuses for, you will learn much faster than normal. All of these bonuses and penalties will change when Elodie's mood changes. She can also gain bonuses to skills by studying related skills. Interesting. Check the skills screen every week to see your current bonuses. Once you know your mood, skills, bonuses, and penalties, you are ready to choose your classes for the week. Oh no, this is a lot. The classes screen breaks down skill sets by category for your morning and evening classes. When you select a skill set, the 3 options in that set will appear on the right side of the screen. Choose a class option for both morning and evening classes, then click the Done button, which will appear in the lower right corner. As you play through the story, you will sometimes see feedback bubbles appearing over the text. These tell you what's happening behind the scenes. Oh, okay, that's fine. Bubbles like these will show you when Elodie's mood is being altered by events. Yes, please. Get it together, Elodie. Bubbles like these will show you when the story is changing based on what skills Elodie has learned so far. If the test fails, there is some option being missed because she does not have enough points in that skill yet. This feedback is very helpful in figuring out different options to try, but if you don't want to see it, you can turn the bubbles off in the preferences menu. These bubbles are staying on if I'm not going to be looking anything up. Now get ready to become a queen and slay. Alright. So we've got skills. Expression is +1, royal demeanor is -1. Okay, so doesn't feel like running. Can't say I blame her. Okay, so she's depressed. Eventually her mood will change. Let's check out her mood. So willful, yielding, pressured, lonely. Interesting. So you can only have one mood. So in theory, you can be like only yielding, and I don't see a point in being only yielding, but wait, lonely and pressured? How are those? I guess it kind of makes sense. I've certainly been on the pressure side of the scale a little too many times. Afraid and angry. I was told that fear leads to anger, but what the hell do I know? Alright, so outfit. Ooh, boarding school uniform. Ah, alright. I guess I get to play dress up later. Okay, so we're depressed, which gives us a bonus to expression and animal handling. Alright. Seems fine. So we are going to take a look at our classes here. Okay, allows you to select expression classes. Huh. Oh, I see. So the class options are here. We are going to select expression voice. I seem to recall that coming up pretty quickly. So, evening classes. Sure, animal handling. We can do falcon training. Let's go. Okay, log. No thanks. Okay, so classes. We have selected our classes for the day. Alright, here goes nothing. Done. Okay, week 1 morning. Wow, that was a lot. You practice deep breathing exercises to build up your ability to sustain a note, increased by 15. Neat. You visit the mews and learn about different kinds of trainable birds, their preferred nesting sites, behavior, and food. Nice. What's all that noise outside? Who's there? Oh, it's my cousins, and my aunt and uncle. Okay, Lucille, Countess of Nyx. Alright, so actually what I've got to do here is I've got to make a note. No, I'm not going to make notes of every single thing I've studied. Not yet, at least. Darling, we are so terribly sorry to hear about your mother, Fidelia. We'll see how accurate that is. Thank you. You look well, niece. I wish I could say the same for you, Laurent. Holy Moses. Hi, Elodie. Hi, Lottie. Haven't seen you in ages. Will you be staying long? Okay, so Lottie is Charlotte. Lady Merva. Yep, Mummy said we'd be here all month. Okay, so she's a little more cheerful. Nice. Maybe we'll have some time to talk later. So a potential friend. These transitions, I might turn them off at some point. Right, so we have cheered up a little bit. I think the game is trying to tell me, listen, try to do something a little better. No, so mood, we have no idea what moods are going to cause bonuses for what skills. If there's a place where that's shown, I do not know it. Okay, +2 yielding, +1 depressed, +1 pressured. Yeah, that sounds like attending court. Talk to your father. Interesting idea. Yielding, lonely, cheerful. So more cheerfulness. Okay, so what I'm going to do, first and foremost, visit Dungeons of Effect. Not sure how exactly true that is. I'm gonna take these special events first and foremost. We'll see what they do exactly. Okay, Dad, can we talk? So I guess he is Regent? I don't know. I'm sorry, your uncle and I have things to do. Maybe another time. Okay, so we're a little lonely now. So I don't think my mood has changed at all. Correct. Yeah, my mood is still depressed. Okay. Go to our skills. Interesting. It's actually, I understand now. Okay, so because we have leveled voice and falcons a little bit, that increases the amount that we will be able to do other things. So we're going to go with decoration and horses. Why the heck not? So let's go to our classes. Expression, decoration and horses. So, hey, not bad, 15.82. You discuss the nature of beauty, looking around at landscapes, objects, and people, and comparing their aesthetic elements. You walk around the stables, meeting the royal horses, learning about their breeds and the names for different parts of their anatomy. Anatomy. What's that commotion outside? Father, what's going on? This is new. Juliana, I've come to pay my respects in honor of your mother. You have no respect or honor. It's because of you and your powers that my wife is dead. Nani? I am a lumen, as was she, and like every lumen, I am willing to give my life if necessary to protect our domain. Your line has been traitors for 200 years. I won't have you corrupting my daughter. That is for the crown princess to decide. Elodie, your mother trusted me, and I have much to teach you. Alright, so we are going to let her stay because I think learning magic would be pretty cool. So first run. So let's see. Let her stay. Beautiful. I want to hear what she has to say. She stays. Ha ha! Look at that expression. Willful. Right, so what's my mood right now? It is still depressed. Alright. So we can visit Juliana, which I kind of want to do. I can talk to my father. I'm actually going to visit Charlotte. See what's going on there. And this appears to not be lonely every single time. Alright, Elodie. I love this room. It's so much bigger than mine back home. Well, I'm a frickin' princess. So that explains it. You should visit more often. It's awful that the only time I get to see you is something like this. Can I look at the... Okay, cool. I used the mouse wheel to go back. It's awful that the only time I get to see you is something like this. Okay, yeah, this is a translation error, I assume. I know your brother and sister are still too young, but why haven't you come to school? My mother worries about me. She doesn't think anywhere but home is safe. You would be surprised how right your mother is, in this game at least. I understand, I'm probably not going to be allowed to leave this castle until my birthday. But at least we can have fun together here. Okay, so we've gotten a little less lonely and a little more cheerful. So my mood is actually afraid, interestingly enough. I wonder how it decided that, because in theory, I should be both afraid and depressed. So let's take a look at my skills. So because I'm afraid, okay, so I still have a bonus to expression because of my previous stuff. Ooh, faith. That would be interesting to learn. And agility. I think reflexes would be very helpful in avoiding death. So let's try to fix that out. Okay, athletics. No, it's agility. Yeah, reflexes. And faith? We're going to do lore. Okay, done. Your teacher walks around you, prodding a finger at you slowly in order to train you in blocking those touches without triggering fear or faster breathing. Okay, not sure how that afraid bonus helps. Only a lumen can channel magic, and only with the help of an attuned crystal. The ability to control a crystal seems to be inherited, so crystals can be passed from parent to child upon the lumen's death. Interesting. He loves me not. Lottie, do you have a boyfriend? Not really. I just like to play with the flowers. Uh-oh. All of a sudden, the Duchess of Ursul rushes into the garden and points a sword at you. Not at you, at your feet. Princess, don't move. I'm going to make a note here. I'm going to hold still. Right. Test composure failed, so let me make a note of that. You want to hold still, but you don't have the composure to hold your position without peeking. You look down to where her sword is pointing. There's a snake in my boot. You can't help it, you squeak and jump back. The snake tenses and prepares to strike. No! Your cousin pushes you aside and the snake's fangs sink into her leg. Lottie! Too late, Juliana swings her sword and cuts off the snake's head. What is going on out here? Your daughter's been bitten by a milk viper. They're poisonous, get an herbalist right away. Lucille says, I will treat my daughter. I certainly can't trust anyone here to keep her safe. Elodie's sorry. And Charlotte doesn't feel so good. I wonder why. We will be returning home to Merva immediately. You're on his point. Milk vipers are not native to this area. That snake should never have been here. Someone may have tried to kill you. Will Charlotte be okay? I don't know. Okay. Well, we no longer have the ability to talk to our good friend Elodie. A little disappointing. So what's our mood? We are... You know, it says we're... Oh, I see. Right. So we are actually afraid right now. So now that you've finished studying, what are you going to do for the weekend? Talk to your father? I'm going to visit Juliana. She seems to have my best interest at heart. We'll see how true that is. So what is it that you wanted to teach me? First, I need to know if you have your mother's crystal. A lumen crystal? No. Ooh, hey, because I studied lore. Let me write that down. Right. Moving on. The royal crystal has been passed down from ruler to ruler for generations. It belongs to you now, except that the king may be keeping it from you. Do you have a crystal? Of course. Ooh, pretty. She holds out her hands, light flickers above her bosom, and then, with a shower of sparkles, something takes shape. You reach out to touch it, and it dissolves away into nothing. Oh, it belongs to me. No one can take it from me until I die. You need to find the crystal that belongs to you. All right, talk to Daddy. Makes sense. So my mood is still afraid. Let's take a look at my skills. So, right, we passed a lore check. That's excellent. So where was composure? Okay, royal demeanor. It would have been difficult to... Actually, we could have studied that if we so desired. And possibly kept Elodie around. So, good to keep in mind. Anyway, we are still afraid at this point in time, so we still have bonuses to agility and faith. Divination, I don't know how much divination is really going to help me. I think dance would potentially be helpful. And we're going to do flexibility as well. Just have a feeling that it's going to be helpful. Dance, flexibility. Okay, great. And taking another look. My mood is still afraid. Yep. So this appears to be alright. Done. You practice curtsying, standing, and walking across the floor in a graceful manner. Alright, nearly 16. You learn to relax and evaluate the tension in your body, then to practice the different types of motion available to each of your joints, twisting, shifting, and rotating, also nearly 16. The castle seems quieter with Charlotte and Emery and Zara and their parents gone. It's certainly not empty, though. It seems like we get more servants every day. I was so worried about Charlotte after the snake bit her. Okay. Test poison failed. Good to know. But her mother said she's okay, so I guess it turned out alright. So one thing I'm wondering, this mystical teacher, it seems like it's going to be a completely different game if you don't have her around, so... As much as I want to keep her around, it would certainly be worth it to try some playthroughs where she just isn't around. Maybe she has a guardian angel. Oh, I don't know so much about that. Now that you've finished studying, what will you do for the weekend? So what I need to do is talk to my father and get my crystal. Yeah. Dad, what happened to Mom's lumen crystal? It's in a safe place. Can I have it? No, but it's mine. Meddling with magic killed your mother. I don't want that to happen to you. Once you're crowned queen, I can't stop you from doing anything you want, but for now, you are still a child. I wonder how Mom actually died. Okay, so what am I now? Still afraid? Yes. Okay, I guess that makes sense. So I don't know... Let's take a look at my skills here. So agility, I'm not gonna do anything with that anymore. What I might do... You know what? Yeah, I'll just practice my faith stuff. Might as well. Okay, so faith, divination, faith, meditation. Actually, meditation, divination. This appears to be alright. Done. You practice assuming a sitting position that allows you to be relaxed and tranquil without being so relaxed that you are likely to fall asleep. Oof, calling me out. You learn that the gods cannot be forced to divulge information about the future, and that the most powerful omens are those which arrive unexpectedly. Interesting, that might be very helpful. One of the maids approaches for your attention. My lady, couriers have arrived from the Duke of Sedna. Okay, foreign intelligence and foreign affairs failed. Alright, whoopsie. No, my lady, the Duchy of Sedna is in Talas. Oh, they have brought you a letter and a gift. Condolences on the death of deeply regret, best wishes. Oh, what a beautiful necklace. Gold digger. Something, sparkly will make me feel better. Okay, so another test failed. So let's check out my mood. Right now I'm afraid. I think being willful would help. So we can continue to talk with Juliana, but again, I'm going to try to be willful and possibly angry? Yeah, that will help. So we're going to visit the dungeons. Affected by willfulness. Yep, I knew that. You sneak a peek at some of the luckless peasants held in the dungeons, petty thieves and troublemakers, now suffering in the dark. They're obviously bad people, but seeing them so miserable still feels unfair. There must be a better way. Alright, look at her. She's so confident. So my current mood is willful. Fantastic. So what does this give me a bonus to? Intrigue and military. Fantastic. Alright, so military is probably not going to be too useful until later. Foreign intelligence I've already failed to check on. Internal affairs I think would be very helpful. And maybe logistics, so that's what I'm going to take classes in. Okay, so what do we got? Is it... No. Internal affairs. Yes. And military, we're going to do logistics. Done. Alright. Until you have children of your own, your maternal uncle, the Duke of Merva, is next in line for the throne. How interesting. And after him would be his daughter, your cousin Charlotte. But they're gone. I wonder if he set the snake. Interesting. You learn about the types and amounts of food required for an army on the march and how long they will remain edible. Marvelous. As you are walking, you spot a familiar figure in the palace gardens. It's the Duchess of Ursel. Maybe I should go and say hello. Then you notice that seated beside her is a woman in the robes of a priestess. They are very close together, their hands gently touching as they speak. Looks like she's busy. You turn and walk in a different direction so as not to disturb them. At that moment, you notice something unusual. It looks like someone just left the palace grounds by going over the hedge. Was that a servant, a thief, or an assassin? Alright, I'm going to make a note of what I decide to do. Right, so what am I going to do? I'm going to climb up to look over the hedge, even though I think that's probably a really bad idea. Right, climbing is a skill. Whoops. You look around for something to climb, but you're not sure if the nearby trees can support your weight. You run over to a statue and try to pull yourself up into the pedestal, but it's too awkward to get your feet in place. By this time, whoever you saw is probably gone anyway. Okay, so what do I do now? I think talking to Juliana may be helpful. My father says I can't have the crystal until I'm queen, so we'll just have to wait. There may not be time to wait. This world is filled with dangers, and you will need the powers of a lumen to fight them. You can't begin training until you have bonded with your crystal. Well, what else am I supposed to do about it? The crystal is probably held under guard in the royal treasury. You are the princess. You should be able to find a way inside. Otherwise, we might have to take drastic action. I'll try to find a way. And that makes me more willful. Fascinating. So it's going to be a little harder to get out of the willful thing. Yeah, because I'm almost all the way willful and very little in any other direction. So I should probably reduce that sometime soon. But until then, classes, or rather, skills. Right, so... Oh, Lumen! I didn't even notice this. Interesting. Yeah. I'm going to try ciphering and sense magic. So, where is it? Oh wait, Lumen is not an option here, is it? Let me check. Yeah, it would be right under Faith. Well, that's fine. Instead, what I'm going to do is take a class in Foreign Intelligence and Ciphering. I think, hopefully, these should help me in my quest to survive. Right. The current Duke of Sedna is 26 years old and unmarried. He just came up. He brought over a necklace. Interesting. He might be considered a good marriage prospect for you if you desire stronger ties with the domain of Talas. You practice reading words whose letters have been arranged in reverse order, the simplest of transpositions, which anyone literate can puzzle through if they try, but is sometimes useful to hide information. Wait. Letters have been arranged in reverse order. Well, I think I'm gonna fail this check. So hang on. Is it... Whatever, doesn't matter. God, as you're walking up the stairs, a maid comes running down holding a towering pile of linen. Uh-oh. Okay, elegance failed, but reflexes success. Interesting. So I was able to step aside and let her pass. Could have been worse, I suppose. Okay, so we need to drop down the willfulness by a fair amount. Actually, hang on. Willful yielding. So if I do +1 yielding, then that will do -1 willfulness. So let's see. +2 yielding. That seems like an excellent choice. Sing it. Oh God. Sitting on court sessions is not fun at all, but it pleases your father and it may be important for your future. Oh, interesting. My mood changed already. So I'm afraid again, that's not great. Let's see what we got now. Okay, so agility, faith. I think it's about time I try to learn some stuff about... I'm gonna try flattery and Novan history. Done. You learn that it's important to make eye contact when saying nice things about someone. Neat. You read about the history of your domain. Hundreds of years ago, Nova was the center of a great empire spanning the length of the western coast, as well as a few island territories. Over time, your influence has waned. Can I see a map of this place? Because I love maps. Oh, the King Dowager. Jocelyn. There is a man here to see you. He wishes crown funding for a project of his. Remember, the treasury is not unlimited. If you choose to invest, you will have less money to work with later. Your Royal Highness, I have a plan to print books using metal letters which can be moved and reused. I need to borrow 875 Lassie to assemble the metal and a factory to mold and cast the type. With this system, we will be able to create new books in a fraction of the time it takes now, and make copies to send all over the world. Test production and trade failed. Alright, let me write that down. I don't know much about factories or trade. Would that really be worthwhile? We're not interested. Okay, I don't even get a choice. That's grim. So what's happening here? Right, so my mood, I would like to get away from afraid. So what haven't I done yet? I haven't been yielding or pressured yet. Huh. Okay, so let me take a look at what I have. So visit the treasury. Let's see what we can do here. Oh my god. You try to talk your way past the treasury guards, but despite eyelash fluttering, foot stomping, and outright threats, they won't budge. I really wish I had, Yeah, okay, so now I can just Accounting failed, presence failed. Right. So that's going to be something to keep in mind. Account when I want to get there in the future. Okay, so I'm willful again. It's not terrible. So let me see the skills. So intrigue is good. Military. I could learn a little bit more about military. Yeah, might as well. War may break out at any moment, so might as well take those classes now. Strategy and naval strategy. Done. You study the strengths and weaknesses of different weapons and battle formations. You learn that the sea is not something you hold, it is something you travel across. Naval strategy ensures your free travel while denying it to your enemies. Neat. Banyan. That's a Seinfeld character. Okay, so he's the Duke of Mari, Earl of Serenity. Something. Your Highness, my sympathies for your loss. Even after all these years, I sometimes forget that my own mother will never be coming back. Thank you. However, I must call for your aid. The Ixionite occupation of the country of Imbrium has gone on for too long. Now is the time to push back. Foreign affairs failed. Oh god. Write it down. I know there's been some problems with Ixion, but I don't know the details. I guess they're occupying southern Mari. Ooh. Test military success. I'll write that down too. We have plenty of troops, so it shouldn't be that hard to drive them out, if we want to make a fight of it. I'm going to try and negotiate, and I will write it down. There must be a peaceful way to settle this. I will send for diplomats from Ixion and try to come to some arrangement. Thank you, Your Highness, and I've become more yielding from it. Your Highness, if I may ask, that necklace you're wearing, where did it come from? The Duke of Sidon? Or Sedna. It was a gift from the Duke of Sedna. Then you have made arrangements with him? What sort of arrangements? I'll write that down as well. Your Highness, that is a courting gift. The man wishes to gain your hand in marriage. Oh, I didn't realize. Whoopsie daisy. So what's my mood like? My current mood is depressed. Let's see if I can reach... So let's see, I haven't had angry or tearful yet, or lonely for that matter. So what can I do? Willful and lonely. Yielding, lonely. I haven't done yielding either. +1 yielding, +1 lonely, and +1 cheerful. +1 willful, +1 angry. I'm just gonna attend court. Yeah, it pleases my father. So I'm afraid again, I think. Yeah, so that, I can do instrument expression, that should help. And handling of dogs, perfect. Where is animal handling? Here you are. Done. You tap out chiming dyads on a glockenspiel, learning the basics of harmony and rhythm. Neat, that was a pretty big bonus. You visit the kennels and learn about different breeds of dogs. Neat. The representative from Ixion is here. Be careful, no one wants to give up prizes that they have won. You have the full support of my sister and myself, Your Highness. Let's get this over with. Oh god, I studied Novan history. But whatever, we'll write it down. Your Royal Highness, thank you for granting me this audience. I'm sure we can come to an amicable agreement. Let bygones be bygones. No, we will forget about your unprovoked attacks on us, and you will transfer the rights to this little province. Oh god, foreign affairs. Alright, write it down. We can be good neighbors again, without any lives being lost. Oh my god, okay. Foreign affairs again failed. So failed ×2. And foreign intelligence. Okay, offer him money. That is not acceptable. All the land north of the river belongs to us. We are willing to offer some payment in exchange for the inconvenience you have suffered, but nothing more. I believe we could settle the matter for 8,000 golden lassie. That's an awful lot of money. Ah, god damn it. Okay, so accounting, trade. So, I think you can go back one. Yes, okay, logistics. I studied logistics, man. Alright, that's an awful lot of money. No thanks. I don't think that'll work. Alright, we're gonna bluff. You are trespassing on our lands. You will withdraw your troops at once. Only then will we have peace. Court manners failed. Gotcha. My soldiers are poised to destroy you. Withdraw now. Presence failed. This is a big event. Guess now we have to fight. Alright, well, apparently we have the army to spare, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue. Right, our mood. We are very depressed, so we need to become a lot more cheerful. Okay, +1 cheerful, +1 cheerful. So +1 lonely, yielding, and cheerful. So, let's see. Sure. You spent the weekend holed up alone in your room with your favorite toys. It's childish, but you feel a bit better. Okay, so I think we're afraid now. Wait. Mood? No, we're actually depressed. Interesting. So... Since we are now at war, it appears that... looking up some strategic elements would probably be to our benefit. And we're also going to do some voice training. Actually, no, just all military. Strategy, naval strategy. Done. You study the effects of battle stress on troops and how morale can turn the tide of combat. Neat. You study different kinds of ships, their names, designs, and the number of crew needed for each. Cool. You receive a report on the outcome of the battle against the Ixionites. You succeeded in driving them out of Marie, but it cost you about 3/4 of a battalion of soldiers and a great deal of material. You lost 893 soldiers. We're angry about that. The Duke of Marie will be happy, but we could have done better. You also receive a letter informing you that Talarus, Duke of Sedna, will be arriving for an official visit next week. Alright, so we might have to marry this chump. Okay, what's our mood? We are depressed, so let's try to fix that. So, So, this makes us more cheerful. -1 depressed. That could be... No, that's not going to be very helpful. So, what do we want to do? We either want to become more yielding or more pressured. Yeah, we're going to play with our toys again. Are we still depressed? Of course we are. We could just have become yielding instead, but I don't know how the system works. Right, let's take a look at these. Okay, so military seems fine. Let's take a look at our... Yeah, we should try to make sure we know how to do archery, and we'll learn about the world a little bit. Okay, archery and history, world. Done. You learn how to twist and wax bowstring from a variety of fibers. Neat. That doesn't really help with archery, but whatever. You look at a globe of the world, reading names of places so distant you can't remember ever hearing about them, and other areas left blank because no explorer venturing there has ever returned. Fascinating. And I receive a text. Alright, so this guy, oh, he's not such a terrible husband. Ah, Your Highness, what a pleasure it is to meet you in person at last. Your description did not do you justice. I studied flattery. This is garbage, man. I don't know how to deal with handsome older men paying me compliments. Well, same, but probably for different reasons. I was so pleased to hear that you had accepted my humble offering, a jewel for a jewel, but you are the more precious. I hope that this is only the beginning of a mutually beneficial relationship. A union between us would bring stability to both our peoples. He really does want to marry me. Sure. I would be honored. Elodie, Your Grace, are you not aware that my daughter has only 14 summers? It's my decision. A betrothal only, of course. There is no need for hurry. You have your coronation to plan for, after all. If I might be of service in any way, please send for me. I will be happy to offer my protection or advice. Daddy's not happy. Well, seems fine to me. Now, what are we? We are depressed. But we're pretty much even as far as everything else goes. So what do we have? We have +2 yielding. That would definitely drop me towards yielding. Talk to my father. I could try to become cheerful. That would be -1 depressed. Oh, that would make me yielding. Yeah, let's do it. You attend services in Castle Grove, letting the peace of the ritual calm your heart. What is this mood? Yielding, is it? I think this is supposed to be a demure expression. Yeah, it is yielding. Alright. So, what does this give me a bonus to? History. Interesting. So we can try to learn about foreign affairs finally. Faith. Handy. Yeah, we're gonna learn about foreign affairs and what the hell, lore. So, history, foreign affairs, faith, lore. Done. You study the relationship of Nova and its nearest neighbors. The borders have been mostly peaceful in the recent years, except for the troubles with Ixion to the south. However, trouble may be brewing, pardon me, in Piraeus as well. Oh. Interesting, so that was a huge bonus. The kings and queens of oh, so it's by 10. That is, probably good to know. I don't know if it applies to every single thing. The kings and queens of Nova have all been lumens for centuries. Interesting, but in modern times, magic is only used for ceremonial occasions and the direst of emergencies. Long, long ago, the continent of Borealis, at this time of day, in this part of the country, located entirely within your kitchen, was ruled over by a single witch king until a rival line of lumens challenged for the crown. The resulting war went on for 100 years, with powerful spells that damaged the land so badly that even now no plants will grow. Alright, Daddy. You are requested to stand in judgment? A woman has been convicted of attempted murder and requests the mercy of the crown. Alright, Kavan. Your Highness, this slattern dares to beg pardon when she admits that she tried to poison my sister under her own roof. Which sister? Corsand, the Duchess of Mead. I'm guessing she's not alright. Alright, Novan history failed. Is she alright? She's unharmed. We caught the culprit in the kitchens before anyone could eat her foul spew. Alright, what do you have to say for yourself? It's justice, it is. Them devils killed me brother and broke me mam's heart. Lied to her, they did, when she went to see why he'd not come back. Said he'd gone for a soldier, when he never would. He weren't the only one, neither. I waited 10 years for my chance to get my own back. That's justice. So can I even understand what she's saying? You see, she's completely unrepentant. Hang her and be done with it. I've studied internal affairs. Alright. I don't know what this is all about. Either way, murder is a serious crime, but... execute her. She's an admitted attempted murderer. As she is clearly guilty, her life is forfeit. She will be hanged in public as a deterrent to other criminals. You'll not have me! All of a sudden she breaks loose from her guards and rushes at you. In your court dress you are unarmed. You grope for a weapon and find only a heaven golden ornament, which you hurl in her direction. Okay. I have studied archery, but you know what, whatever. Your missile flies wide of its mark. Before you have a chance to do anything else, your personal guards step into action, cutting the woman down before she can endanger you. Her lifeless body lies bleeding on your carpet. Get that out of here. Put it on display so that everyone see what happens to criminals and attempted assassins. Well, that could have gone worse. Could have gone better, but it could have gone worse. Alright, so what's my mood? I'm angry currently. Ooh, alright, well, I might as well let that ride for a little bit. Let's see. So, nothing appears to increase anger. I think visiting the treasury did, though. So let's try it. Right, accounting and presence. So we're angry and willful from doing that. Okay, excellent. So that was exactly as planned. So let's take a look at the skills we have a bonus for now. We have a bonus to weapons. All right. Man, studying these things really just doesn't help at all sometimes. Military, I have no idea if we're still even at war. But learning a little bit more about logistics might be overall helpful. We're going to learn a little bit about swords. Yeah, let's do it. So weapons, swords, military, logistics, done. You take up a wooden sword and practice correct grips and stances. You study the kinds of equipment that soldiers need available, such as bedding, weapons, armor, medicine, bandages, and the tools to repair anything damaged. You study different kinds of transport: animals, wagons, sledges, ships, boats, and boots. Boots on... Oh, I've unlocked a new outfit. Alright, time to play dress up. As you are walking one day in the gardens, you hear a strange sound and look up to see an owl flying overhead. A single dry leaf flutters in its talons. Divination. Alright. So falcon success, divination failed. Let's make a note of that. I've literally run out of room on this first page here, so on to the next bloody page. An owl flying in the open in broad daylight? That's unusual. I wonder if something attacked it. When you return to the castle, your father is waiting for you. There are reports that a Keithong has been sighted leaving the old forest. What's a Keithong? I mean, okay, lore failed, Nova history failed, both of which I've studied, but hey, you know, whatever. Alright, Keithong, what is it? It's a beast with the body of an enormous golden cat, a sharp beak, and spikes on its back. Is this like a snipe? Seems like a snipe. Eek! Several disappearances in southern Coloris are already thought to be the work of this creature. Alright, what do we do? Should we send hunters? The traditional policy on stray beasts is to hope that they return to the forest and stay there. Hunters are no match for such creatures. You would only make it angry and waste more lives. Alright, so we just let it eat people then. Everyone dies in the end. Okay, yeah. It is a little depressing to hear about. Alright, so what's my mood like? Alright, I'm a little depressed, but I'm still mostly angry. So I can let that roll for a little bit, I would say. Sure. Okay, so what I want to do is try to keep everything as level as possible. So visiting the church, I think, would be helpful. Maybe? No, that would just relieve my anger. It wouldn't do anything about my depression. So +1 lonely, +1 cheerful. So lonely is down here, +1 cheerful. Yeah. Excellent. A walk in the fresh air helps you forget the burdens on your shoulders. Alright, still angry. Fantastic. So let's take a look at what we have bonuses to. We should try to study our pole arms and... Well, you really need a lot as far as these checks require a very, very large amount of skill in each thing. We need to study presence at some point. We can't do it now. We also need to study, what's it called? Something. Hold on, I have this in my notes. So we need to study accounting and presence in order to reach our cool crystal. So we shouldn't study presence, but I think accounting we can study no problem. So I'm going to study accounting and pole arms. What the heck? So accounting, I know being well balanced is well, it doesn't seem like it's helped me out so far, but I'm alive at the very least. Okay, you brush up on basic mathematics with the help of an abacus. Thank you. You learn about a variety of long weapons, from the quarterstaff to the spear to the halberd and glaive. Okay, remember that the Festival of the Good Lady is approaching. There will be public celebrations for the commoners, followed by a grand gala for the nobility. A grand ball, there will be dancing. Probably some sort of hint. As queen, you would be expected to lead the procession and take part in the ceremonial planting, and possibly give a speech. Alright, planting. However, since you are not yet crowned, it is not required, and it may not be safe to expose you to the public. What do you mean, not safe? Outside the castle, you are less well protected. If anyone means you harm, think on it now, decide later. Ooh, alright, someone's a little boy crazy. Will the Duke of Sedna attend the gala? It is a traditional Novan event. Inviting your fiancé might be seen as a statement. Alright, I failed conversation. I'll write that down. Alright, I'm not gonna invite him. Maybe some other time. Oh, there's a letter for me. It's from Brioni. My friend Brony. I went to school with her, but she's a couple years older than me. Her mother is the Duchess of Mead. She's complaining that her mother still won't let her come home for the holidays. Apparently her uncle Kavan has been acting strangely lately and shouting at shadows. She's bored and looking for an adventure. Well, I don't have any to suggest to her. You shouldn't be so proud saying that, Elodie. Right. So, now that you've finished studying, what will you do? Alright, so I'm angry. I should probably try to decrease that a little bit. Maybe become a little more afraid. Okay, so what's +1 lonely, +1 afraid? That seems perfect. Yeah. Let's do it. What is tooltips? Oh! Oh, this is way better. Yeah. +1 lonely, +1 afraid. Okay, yeah, I should have put this on ages ago. You wander through parts of the castle where other people rarely visit, but find little except spiderwebs. Yuck. Okay, so now I'm afraid. Let's check out what this affects. So conversation, I desperately need help with. Medicine, I can almost certainly use help with. Maybe poison. I mean, I've already failed a few checks for that, but it's possible I'll need more. So what else is there? Okay, presence, I still shouldn't really have any bonuses to it. I shouldn't really study. Alright, I think it's time to study public speaking and court manners. We are going to be needing to do some public speaking soon. So, we are going to do public speaking, court manners. Marvelous. You practice tongue-twisting sequences of syllables to improve your enunciation. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. You review the correct greetings for guests according to rank and when to extend your hand to another. All nobles expect their due honors. Good to know. Today is a procession and planting for the Festival of the Good Lady. Will you be leading the parade? If you have any concerns about your safety, please stay here. The people will recover from disappointment. If we lose you, there is no recovery. Alright. I don't think I'll make a speech. I will lead the parade though, and I'm going to write it down. If I die, well, I die. I'm not afraid. I'm going to be the best parade leader ever. I don't think that's true, Elodie. My little girl. You prepare your best gown for the occasion. Oh, I forgot to dress my girl up. That's unfortunate. Then walk slowly through the town with your attendants. It would not be appropriate for you to wear a sword, but you do walk with a sturdy golden scepter that's taller than you are. Decoration failed, elegance failed. Gotcha. At the end of the route, you help the priestesses turn over the earth for the new tree to be planted. Then the new life is blessed and all the attendants join in song. Kumbaya. The procession regroups to return to the castle. Again, could have gone worse. Could have gone a heck of a lot better, too. I don't think I've ever been cheerful before, so let's try that out. What's gonna help? So, lonely and cheerful? No. Yielding, lonely, cheerful? Not really. +2 willful. -1 angry. Would -1 angry help? No. Although... yeah, let's try it. Okay, I'm not quite as angry as before. Oh my god, look at how happy she is. Alright, so I'm cheerful, obviously. It's gonna help with conversation, athletics, which I haven't done anything from. Yeah, let's just use this time to really brush up on our athletics. Alright, classes. Athletics, swimming, and running. I've already failed my climbing check. Okay, you practice walking at a brisk but comfortable pace for a set length of time every day, starting very slow. You get comfortable in the water, splashing around and holding your breath to go under. Very, very slow. Alright, are you ready for the grand ball? All the nobles in the domain are here to see you, to see their queen. You finish dressing and descend to I still forgot to dress up my freaking princess. Right, we descend the stairs to make a grand entrance. What do we look like? All around you, the rich and powerful pause in their activities to gaze upon you, the ruler of them all. Failed everything. I'm just writing down failed everything. Unbelievable. Seeing yourself reflected in so many eyes makes you want to run away and hide. Okay, so we're afraid and pressured. After a moment, you force yourself to carry on, but you're sure they've all seen you hesitate. Your father waits for you at the bottom of the stairs and offers you his arm. The first dance is for us. He guides you gently around the dance floor, never rushing you. It's fun to dance with your father, but the look in his eyes is so sad. After this, you must choose your own partner. There are a number of men who hope to catch your eye. The Duke of Kegel. Oh boy, alright. Let's hope he's not trying to help me practice my Kegel exercises. Okay, so he has brought 3 eligible sons, all near your age, but I'm already betrothed to the Duke of Sedna. Interesting. That does not bar you from dancing. Court manners failed. Alright. This is a grim first run. I'll dance with the suitors. You look around the room at all your possible partners, which is to say everyone. No one may begin dancing until you do. You can pick whomever you want and you will not be denied. Someone already married. You don't want everyone assuming that whoever you pick first is your intended marriage partner, so what better way to prove that than by choosing someone who's already married? With that in mind, you approach Erwin, the Earl of Ishtar. He's old enough to be your grandfather, and his wife is right there with him. He seems startled by your approach at first, then thoughtful, and accepts your hand with a kindly smile. Dancing with a real partner feels quite different from dancing with your father. You knew him, knew his steps like a part of you. Now every move is a mystery. Yeah, that was pretty much expected. Unfortunately, you lose track of which steps you're supposed to do when and trip over your own feet. Whoops. Between the dances, there is time for the guests to mingle, chat, and sample tiny bites of exquisite food. Alright. God, am I... I'm not getting any single thing. During a lull in the music, Banyan, the Duke of Marie, taps an elegant fingernail against a wine glass, letting the clear note ring out through the room. If I might have your attention, I believe we should offer our compliments to our lovely hostess. Her bravery and courage keep our borders defended. Everyone applauds politely. As the gala continues, you take the opportunity to observe nobles that you rarely see. There's Gwenelle, for instance, the young lady of Sudbury, only months older than you and due to finally inherit control of her duchy soon. Or Adele, rolling in the deep, the youngest daughter of the Duchess of Lilla. I think this is a bit of a translation error. Was this a Japanese game? I think it is. The Duchess of Lilla and a fierce sportswoman. She was a few years ahead of you at school and the absolute terror of the ball fields. No Brioni, she said her parents were leaving her stuck at school this season. Her parents are here dancing together, the Duke consort clutching his Duchess possessively tight. Strange that there's no signs of your cousins, though. Shouldn't they be here? Your aunt and uncle are here, of course. It would be scandalous if they hadn't come, Merva being so close by. I have studied Sense Magic game. I have studied it. But I'll make a note. It's nice to be able to enjoy time with friends and family, isn't it? Alright, mood. My mood is cheerful. Cheerful is nice. Might want to keep that going along. In fact, yeah. I'm going to attend service. Just, keep that going. You attend services in Castle Grove, letting the peace of the ritual calm your heart. Okay, so still cheerful. Skills. Alright, conversation. Flattery has been pretty important so far. And I should also start studying presence. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, presence and, flattery? Yes. You practice wearing the royal regalia and looking at yourself in a mirror. Young as you are a queen of the blood. You are your mother's daughter. You are a force to be reckoned with. And you are reading self-help books that tell you what you want to hear. You learn that flattering compliments have the best impact when kept short. Gushing makes people feel awkward. Good to know. You wander downstairs to visit your father and talk about the latest events in the domain. You're moving with such enthusiasm that you don't realize your father isn't alone until it's too late to avoid him and his companion. You are too kind, Jocelyn. Who's Siren? Countess Siren. Not a member of your circles. She's a bit more than a decade your senior, far too old to have ever been your friend, and yet not at all old as noblewomen go. She has 2 minor titles, no husband, and your father's arm in her grasp. Uh-oh. Composure failed. Yeah, that sounds about right. How dare she make a move on your father? Alright, we're gonna insult her with false flattery. Good afternoon, Countess. Oh my god, alright. Thanks, Natsuki. God, she looks like Natsuki, too. Alright, what large breasts you have. Putting them on display for any particular reason? Elodie. Really, my dear, it's not polite to comment on a lady's attributes like that. But you are young, you will grow. Ah, now I'm angry. Perhaps we'll be seeing more of each other in the future. She gives a little wave and exits. Once she's gone, you raise an eyebrow at your father. This is the path that you have set us on. What do you mean? Your acts have made everyone think about preparations for the future. Caloris needs an heir. My brother, your Uncle Armand, is looking for a wife as well. One of us, at least, must produce more children. But Mama... Nothing can ever replace your mother. But we all have to do things that we don't want to do. Yeah, I'm sure you really don't want to fornicate with this beautiful blonde. You should be careful how you deal with people like Siren. You need the goodwill of your nobles as well as your commoners. Well, there haven't been any problems so far. As queen, you must be aware of everything around you. Isn't that what I have agents for? Intrigue success! Boy, it's been a while since I've actually received a success on any check. Yes, but you must give them direction. What is your greatest concern? Okay, noble plots, commoner uprisings, foreign threats, and assassins. I feel like noble plots and assassins are very similar, but actually noble plots, honestly. I need to know what the other nobles are up to, and whether anyone is plotting behind my back. As you wish. Right, so my mood is angry. Seems about right. So that should help with some things. I'm gonna try visiting the treasury, see if we can pass those checks. Accounting failed, presence failed. Oh well. So I need a little more than 10 to actually pass those checks. Both of those checks. Alright, so I'm still angry. Yes. So what skills would be helpful here? Military? Maybe go away from military at the moment. Weapons? I think archery would be helpful. And clearly, well, let's try to improve our elegance. Why not? Okay, so elegance. Yeah, elegance and archery. Boom. You are too angry to focus properly on the subject right now. What? I must have misread it. Whatever. You learn to cut, fletch, and tie arrows. And I was not too angry to learn that, that's for sure. It is the time of year to decide any necessary adjustments to the royal budget. The majority of the money we receive is already spoken for, but there is always some room for discretion. That's the first time I've seen a partial success, but I'll take it. I really don't understand all these numbers. Maybe I should leave them alone. We're keeping them the same. I think they're fine as they are. We're not really spending like crazy, so it's not a problem. Now, granted I can't see what we have in the treasury. We could visit Juliana again. What's our mood? We're still angry. Makes sense. So, let's see. What can we do? We want to become a little more afraid, I would say. +1 depressed and +1 afraid. Or, yeah. +1 lonely and +1 afraid. Sure, let's do it. Spiderwebs, yuck. Alright, so we're still angry. So let me check and see. Yeah, that was a big malice that I had to eat right there. That was a bit of an unforced error there. My bad. and I have not been able to do any lumen stuff because of it, but that doesn't matter so much. Right, we should start learning how to do pole arms and climbing. Okay, weapons, pole arms, athletics, climbing, done. Practice climbing up and down fixed ladders, driving out any fear of heights, and learning to move swiftly and surely. Practice walking while carrying a long weapon, getting the feel for its size and weight, and learning to maneuver without banging it into anything unintentionally. You learn the basic stances, grips, and positions for staff fighting, and how to block a blow without crushing your fingers. Well, I carry around a staff quite often, so this might be very helpful. You are requested to stand in judgment. A man has been convicted of the murder by strangling of his wife. He does not deny the act, but requests a pardon that he might be set free. If you admit you killed your wife, why do you think I'm going to set you free? Save me, your majesty. It wasn't my fault. Demons made me do it. Everyone knows the power of magical beasties. They used me. They twisted my fingers into chains. My wife found me screaming. She tried to shake me, and the chains wrapped around her. I need the priestesses to bless me and make me clean again. Alright, sense magic. I do know a little of it, but I guess not enough. Demons make you attack people? Is that even possible? Execute him. I don't care whether there were demons or not. You're still a murderer and your life is forfeit. You will be hanged in public as a deterrent to future criminals. He opens his mouth to argue with you further, but then his shoulders slump. Yes, your majesty. Eat it. Alright, so we're willful right now. Not so bad. Let's see. Maybe we could be a little more lonely. So, does anything give me yielding and lonely? Yes. Playing with toys. Sure. You can do that. Okay, so we are... Oh, so this helps. We don't even need to look at our mood right now. Current mood, lonely. Oh! Okay, so it says right here, bonus of conversation and medicine. Right, we need medicine. Yeah, we need medicine. Herbs and poison. We'll learn them. Done. You learn that willow bark can be used to relieve aches and fever. Interesting. The first treatment for most ingested poisons is to purge the stomach by forcing the victim to eat powdered charcoal, which can absorb dangerous substances. Cool. You receive word of an unfortunate incident at the gallows. Where the man you judged was sent to be executed. As he was led to the platform, he suddenly lashed out with explosive magical power, killing several guards and spectators before making his escape. The population is buzzing with rumors of a secret cabal of evil lumens who sacrifice innocents in their dark rituals. Well, maybe I should have sensed magic a little bit better. So that wasn't actually any sort of check, but I should write it down. Prisoner was demon. Right, mood. So right now I'm lonely. I can stay lonely for now. So, let's see, depressed, yielding, afraid. Yeah, we're gonna visit this tomb. You pay respects to your mother's tomb and wonder if the same fate is waiting for you. I wouldn't be so surprised, my friend. I would not. Alright, so skills. Yeah, we gotta learn medicine. And conversation. So we'll learn battlefield medicine and public speaking. Good. So, conversation, public speaking, and battlefield medicine. Done. You take deep breaths and practice speaking loudly and clearly, projecting your voice to every corner of a room. You memorize lists and sonnets, then recite them for your teacher and any castle staff she can round up to serve as an audience. Delightful. You learn that wounds, even minor ones, should be washed as soon as possible to prevent dirt from growing under the skin. Good to know. I regret to inform you that Fabian, the Earl of Titan and Duke Regent of Elath, has passed away. This isn't really a surprise. He was pretty old. The problem is the political implications. With the control of Elath in doubt, it falls to the crown to make decisions. Young Lord Adair will not reach his 15th birthday for over 2 years. He requires a regent. His stepmother Aris, the Duchess of Lila, has petitioned that the boy be left in her care. This would, however, leave her in personal control of 2 neighboring duchies, which is generally forbidden. Almost the entire eastern border. Apparently not, since I failed that history check. don't really know anything bad about her, though. Apparently there is something. The boy does have a living grandfather, the Earl of Ishtar, or he might appoint an unrelated noble to act in his stead. Grandfather sounds good. The Earl of Ishtar is the closest blood relation that Adair has. He should be regent. As you wish. Alright, sounds good. So we are currently lonely. Let's see. We can't visit the church right now, so can we do something that makes us a little more pressured? Yes. It will also make us more depressed and yielding. Yeah, let's attend court. Not fun at all. We've got it. Alright, so now we are depressed. Buddy, I feel that. So we have a bonus to expression animal handling. Let's see. Decoration hasn't come up yet. I'm sure it will, so I am going to study decoration, and I'm also going to study horses. Alright, you practice sketching fruits and flowers with charcoal and parchment. You study the theory of color, how they complement and contrast, and how to select colors to emphasize a mood. You learn about caring for horses, grooming with different brushes, and keeping hooves free of stones. We could just have her play one of those Barbie horse games, and I think that should teach her a fair bit. You learn about the different pieces that go into saddles and bridles. Bridles? I gotta say, for a translated game, this is really proving difficult for some pronunciation stuff. How to check for signs of wear and how to equip and adjust them on a horse. Neat. There is a woman here to see you. She is a musician and wishes crown patronage. Which means money. Yep. Sabine! Your Royal Highness, if you accept me as a member of your court, I will immortalize you in word and song. I have dabbled in musical styles from many countries and can entertain your guests and lighten your evenings. Alright, foreign intelligence failed, intrigue, success. I'll write that down. Musicians are often used as secret agents and messengers. They can be useful and dangerous. The musician sings a little ditty to demonstrate her skills with the lute. She's actually pretty good. Apparently not. Alright, should we accept her as court musician or reject her? Alright, thank you, but we're not interested. Not bloody interested. Let me write that down, actually. Rejected musician. Sure, that restricted a certain plot line, but the show must go on. Alright, what's our mood like? We are pretty much even. Currently we're depressed, so why don't we try becoming pressured? I think that would be handy. So going to court wouldn't really help. -1 lonely. I'm gonna visit Juliana. Drastic action. I'll have to listen to another plan. Leave it to me. Alright. That night, an explosion rocks the castle. A section of stone near the royal treasury collapses, crushing the guards on duty. Nothing is stolen, at least nothing that is acknowledged publicly. But when you look at your father's face, you can see it in his eyes. The crystal is gone, and he knows that you are to blame. He will never trust you the same way again. Well, Daddy, I'm sorry I had to find out this way. And we are depressed. I wonder why. So can I take Lumen now? Classes. Doesn't look like it. Not yet, at least. Alright. So we have a bonus to expression and animal handling, but we might want to work on some other stuff instead. Especially now that Daddy is a little less trusting of us. Let's start learning trade and production. What every young girl wants to learn. You learn that even the smallest of villages has a central market where locals can trade what they have grown or made with others who have different skills. You learn that Sunset Bay off the coast of Duchy Mazomba is a prime location for fishing. Hasn't come up yet. You receive a letter from young Lord Adair. It's an extremely formal letter for such a little boy, thanking you for your wisdom and allowing him to live with his grandfather, who probably dictated every word that he wrote. You also receive an update from your agents. It would seem that the Duchess of Lilla is not pleased with your actions and is putting out feelers amongst the other nobles for support. If she means to rebel against you, that is treason. Unfortunately, she's a long way away in her own power base. Calling her to order may not be easy. Still, the longer you wait, the more dangerous she may become. Alright, we're gonna send soldiers to arrest her. You give orders for a military company to travel to Lilla and take the Duchess into custody. What could possibly go wrong? I ask you. Alright, so what's my mood? I'm depressed currently. Let's see. I want to become a little more willful and a little more cheerful. But there's very little that lets me do that. But we should visit Juliana. Do you have it? You do have it, don't you? The crystal? Of course. Everything is ready for you. Right. Did you really have to kill the guards? If you regret their sacrifice, then do not let it go to waste. It's too late to turn back now. I have to do the best I can for my people. What do? Pick up the crystal with your bare hands, press it against your chest, over your heart, and say, illuminate. Alright, here we go. Illuminate. Hey. Alright, Sailor Moon. You feel dizzy and both larger and lighter than you were before. The crystal has disappeared from view, but you know where it is. Wow. The priestess here is a friend of mine. I will come to your lessons into faith and train you to use your powers. I should feel happy, I guess. I'm illumined now. I just hope I'm doing the right thing. So that was -1 depression. Interesting. So we're currently yielding. Oh, we'll figure that out later. Right now, we just need to figure out what we have a bonus to. Okay, wow. That really gives a... We cannot learn any Lumen right now. But we can learn Royal Demeanor, which we desperately need. History and Faith. Okay. Yeah, we're going to learn Composure and Elegance. Let's go, baby. You practice deep breathing exercises, learning to find and maintain a sense of inner calm, which is very similar to meditation, but whatever. You practice walking along a narrow rail, taking each step carefully and focusing on your balance. You practice standing and walking with books balanced on your head. Fascinating. Okay. Logistics and trade failed. Staring up into the sky at your window, you notice a strange flash of light. A falling star. Pretty. It gave us cheerfulness, but we have failed our divination test. Comet sighted. Time has passed and there has been no word from the soldiers you sent to arrest the Duchess of Lilla. Something may have gone wrong. Well, hesitate to think of that. I don't see any point in visiting the treasury anymore. Let's check out my mood. Okay, I need to become more willful and more pressured. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, well, Father doesn't like a lot of things. Alright, bonus conversation and medicine. Lumen, I should start trying to learn. Classes, yeah, Lumen. So since I have no bonuses or sense and resist. Boom. You close your eyes and learn to feel the magic inside you. Marvelous. You increase your awareness of your own thoughts and emotions, making it more difficult for mind-affecting magic to twist your reactions. My lady, there's a letter for you. Who sent this? It isn't signed. That's rarely a good sign. It appears to be a poem describing you in a manner that is entirely inappropriate for a queen. Excuse you. I what with a squid? You're the fisherman's wife now. I'm sorry, Elodie. Hilarious. That's pretty funny. Just then an incredibly unlucky breeze swirls between the windows of your tower bedroom, tugging the paper out of your hands and off into the sky. You stick your head out of the window to discover the poem caught and fluttering on the roof nearby. You can almost reach it. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore it. What's the worst that can happen? It blows off and someone reads it and laughs at you? It's better than breaking your neck. I'm pretty sure I would have died then. Besides, if you're lucky, it will rain and wash the words away. Oh god, attending church makes me less cheerful. It's a little too realistic. Alright, so right now we're cheerful. Handy. Again, I wish I could become pressured, but apparently I cannot. Alright, I've decided I'm going to attend service. Alright, no longer cheerful. I am lonely, so I can learn about medicine, probably helpful, and conversation. Court manners. Court manners would be very helpful. You know what? I'm going to take court manners twice. Boom. As the person of highest rank within the domain, no one may sit at any formal event unless you give them permission, and no one must ever turn their back on you. If they do, you are intended to recognize the insult. You study rules for formal dining, including the proper utensils for different dishes. As a queen, no one will comment on your mistakes, but they will notice them. Oh, and a new outfit. I keep forgetting to dress up my princess here. You study the traditions of ballroom etiquette, how to politely accept or defer an offer, and how to avoid the impression of attachment to an individual. You memorize the correct title for every servant in the castle. Treating servants with respect ensures good service. Marvelous. My lady, there are letters for you. Another letter from Brioni. Why does she keep writing me? We were never even friends. She says she's bored and lonely and she's looking forward to seeing me at Gwenelle's birthday party. That's right, Gwenelle's about to turn 15. She'll be Duchess of Sudbury for real now. This other letter must be my invitation to her birthday celebration next week. Gwenelle and I were friends at school, and this will be a big event, but it's also a long way to travel. A lot of things can happen on the road. Divination failed. Right. Divination failed ×2. Let's go to Sudbury. Why not? It'll be good to see my friends. What could go wrong? Alright, so right now we're cheerful. Let's become willful. Why not? Alright, so we're willful now. Okay, outfit. So we've got our tea dress. Oh my god. That outfit with that expression. It's something. Uniform. Boost. Oh, these actually confer bonuses. Marvelous. Alright, so intrigue, military, lumen. Alright, well, we've got to boost our military and find out. Okay, let's do this, baby. Wait, hang on. Skills, military, yeah, okay. We are going to learn strategy and naval strategy. It's going to be awesome. Military, naval strategy, military strategy. Boom. You study military recruitment and the importance of training and motivation and making soldiers who can trust and depend on each other. You learn about how units reinforce each other in the field, gaining strength through proximity and the covering of weaknesses. You may now tour the barracks. Interesting. You study different kinds of ships, their speed, maneuverability, and standard complement of weapons. You learn about the requirement for all civilized sailors to rescue the crew of a sinking ship, even an enemy. On your journey to Sudbury, your carriage is attacked by bandits. Okay, archery reflexes failed. You look outside in shock at the arrow which has buried itself in your side. Outside you can hear screams and curses, but it feels unreal. Your world is centered around pain. You struggle. My god, I've studied so much battlefield medicine. You struggle with the arrow, afraid to pull it loose. You heard a story somewhere about pushing arrows through the body, so you brace yourself and give it a bloody shove. Alright. Unfortunately, this only drives the arrow deeper into your vital organs, turning a painful wound into a fatal one. You have died from an arrow to the knee. Elodie did not survive to reach her coronation. Nova would have to go on without her. But it doesn't have to end this way. Make different choices, train different skills, and Elodie's star may rise again. Let's see the log here. Oh my god. Alright, title screen. Well, that was our first death. We've got a lot of notes here. Not sure how much exactly I've learned. So, I'm going to end the first video right here. I've learned a few things. I think with all the cuts I'm going to be making, that music is not an advisable thing to have. It's just going to sound really kind of strange to be cutting back and forth between all the music. It may increase the background sounds, but it's something I'm willing to risk for right now. So anyway, thanks for watching the first video, and I'll see you in the next one.